On this episode of Tabletop Continuum, make a stealth roll with advantage to hop on the wagon and listen in on the budding journey of our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. As Postal Karma is reunited in the waking world, the time for celebration is cut short as horrifying news demand the party begin consulting the gods now more than ever. As we say, welcome to the World of Morath. Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tabletop Continuum. This is Ty.
Grabbing.
The glorious Austin. I had to contemplate that to tell myself that.
I'm glad you're taking self-care very well. I'm Valkyrie.
And I suppose I am the Honorable Melissa.
Yay!
Well,
Hooray!
So, before we go too deep into our little recap, what has been like everyone's favorite part so far? And let's try not to take too much time on this. I'm just really curious.
the part where I'm not DMing.
I mean, fair. Very,
Um,
very fair.
Well, I suppose I mean, I've loved, everything, just getting to campaign with all of you. But I suppose if I was going to pick a favorite part, it would probably be Siobhan's boxing match with Bastia. That was more fun than I thought it was going to be.
This
Yeah.
is more behind the curtain, but my personal favorite is all of the world building that we've been doing for Yorkia's homeland,
Yes!
which will be revealed
Ooh.
in time.
It
So
will be revealed in time. It's definitely going to be a while, but I am loving it. All right,
You'll get
so
little
I
nuggets
think,
here
I
and
think
there.
one of my favorite parts of the recorded session, because my absolute favorite part of this whole campaign so far happened in DMs between Robin and I. But my favorite part of the recorded session so far has been Kree's new moon cat reveal. That was probably one of my favorite bits, and I can't wait for the chance to actually get to do more with that later on.
My favorite part was when Anchor got to deal the final blow on Post-it note.
Fantastic.
I've really enjoyed the way that all of the player characters have been interacting with each other. I really think good job on role playing, everybody. I think everybody's done some really good role play work in this campaign. So
Yes.
good job.
Thanks. Yeah, a runner-up moment for me actually would be the conversation between Angus and Siobhan in the cart when we were doing the thing, but I won't say anything else. It's a private conversation.
So, were you wanting to say another moment, Em?
Oh no, I'm good.
All right. Who's ready for a recap?
Yay, recap!
The person that fell asleep at the end of last session is ready for a recap.
Yeah. Robin, oh my
Okay.
God. Okay, Considering yesterday as well, let's try and do like a short, simple kind of session.
Short and simple. What we need to do is not let Robin move to the couch at any point during this, because
So you're saying a whole bunch of encounters to scare the shit out of you. Okay.
No,
You gotta
that's
keep
not
rolling
right.
the dice. Stay at the table where it's not going to sleep.
Would it be better if they were encounters? I had to reach for that one. Don't laugh at that.
Oh, I loved it. Come
I love
on.
you. Oh no.
What happened?
Robin poofed.
The pun made Robin leave.
Oh no, what have I done? Puns are my black magic. Oh no.
Roll for pun. Ah, shit, natural one.
Roll for
Wait,
Minnesota fish.
Minnesota fish.
Melissa,
Hmm.
would you say that you're very punderful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting tired of all these play on hurts.
I really enjoyed
Let's get
pontificating.
to the recap.
I swear, we need to do a one shot where everyone has a bard. I'm calling it now.
Yes.
Anyway,
I was okay. Listen, I had an idea. You literally just recited an idea I had today, because I was just thinking about literally all the bards we have between this campaign 1 and then campaign 2, and I'm just like, we just need a one shot where we all play bards, and it's just called Band Kids.
band kid.
All right, so how about that recap, everybody?
Yeah, all right,
Pretty
I'm
sure the world would explode if we did it.
It's gonna be recaptivating.
Oh yes!
Yes.
Where last we left off. Y'all are gonna fucking kill me, I swear. Making your way to the white prize and separating from a peculiar bard, Mayolt, you all were greeted with tentative arms and a demand to prove your honor. Succeeding, you learned that this was more or less a face for the sake of culture, as the Oracle and High Priestess of the White Prize, Loch Moorstone, anticipated your victory even with her fighting against you. The High Chieftain, Posos, works with you, Anchor, to bequeath the party with the name Postal Karma, but the days grow peculiar, if dreary, as secrets are had, told, and sacrificed. Before the prize that you, Siobhan, made for yourself back at the Highland Smithshire seems to go awry as you are put in a comatose state. It takes a lengthy ritual and a successful gathering of very rare materials to dive into the dreamscape led by Georgia, wherein you not only help Siobhan find herself, but also begin to tackle some trauma that had become interlinked with a curse from a disciple of Degdebal, the god of chaos. Your dreams tell you that the fight is won for now, but there will be another point where you, Siobhan, will be in danger, and it's best that everyone be ready for it. As you all begin to awake, Corey greets you all with some food, drinks, both water and spirits, as you all pull yourselves together. So what are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? Because y'all, realizing as you are waking up, that was about 6-7 hours that you were out. Oh, Siobhan, you've been out for much longer and you are hungry.
I'm sure. Also, I'm assuming I have a splitting headache.
Yes, you have a decent headache.
Yeah, so let's see. So I sit up and yeah, the whole cliched Hollywood, sits up and is like and
Gasping.
yeah, exactly. And is looking around to see all of my companions. Were we in the same room when we entered the dreamscape or
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we were. Duh. Okay, cool.
We're all basically sitting around your bed. Kree's hair is an absolute mess, and she kind of sits up, looks around, and she just kind of sorry again.
Angus is still asleep.
She just looks very tired.
Oh, no.
Kree's gonna just like turn to Angus and just lightly nudge him to see if she can get him awake. Angus, are you awake?
Well, it rolls over.
I
What?
can't hear Robin.
Oh no.
Can you guys not hear me?
I
There
can
you are.
hear you fine.
Yeah, I can
It-
hear you now.
we just didn't
mumbled
hear
it.
you for that moment.
Yep,
Like,
you
he
clipped
just
a
kinda-
little.
He just kind of mumbles in his sleep and just rolls. No, you know what? He mumbles in his sleep and just kind of pulls Kree in and goes, "Go back to sleep, Kree. It's not morning yet."
She lets it happen. It's like she doesn't want to protest. It's like
Hey, hi.
she's sore, and honestly, after everything that's happened last night and today, she's not gonna fall asleep, but she's just gonna lie there.
Which
Hi.
I'm one step ahead of you, dude. I'm pretty sure you're asking about this thing. As you were all reminded again at the door. Everyone, I got food and booze. Who wants it?
Okay, so we're outside of the dream. So, because I don't think there's a way that Siobhan would dream up Corey right now.
Yeah, probably not.
Corey's not your type.
Angus sleepily mumbles, "Hurry, get out of my room."
You're all in one room. Y'all are cramped. Can someone open the door?
I stand
Sure.
up and open the door.
Cool.
And you see Corey, 5'4", little Barty boyo, with a giant tray that he's struggling to hold up with many different types of food, including some pretty heavy, like tea sets, a few kegs of ale or rum.
Oh dear honey, why did you wait for me to wake up so I could help you? As I'm already
Because
trying to
I'm
help
more
him.
worried about you.
But now I'm worrying about you.
Well,
Kree is still lying there, but like she's like her nose is just like sticking up and she's like sniffing the air. It's like, yes, she did not have any breakfast. She hungry.
there's some
But
eggs. There's some
she's very
bacon.
content staying like with Angus. She just really wants some food now.
There's some eggs. There's a little bit of bacon, a good bit of ham, some lamb, some pork, some beef. There's a whole
Green-
conglomerate
green-
of stuff, primarily carbs and protein. So what's everyone doing?
Well, I'm gonna be setting out food where I can and helping lighten Corey's load.
Best spot that you can is right at the bottom part of the bed, because with how Siobhan is sitting, the bed and maybe a small side table in the room are about the only flat surfaces that you have.
Siobhan
Well-
can move up and sit more at the head of the bed so you can put the tray on the bed. You know, and
Yeah.
cross,
All
her,
right.
cross her feet.
Okay.
Cool.
Siobhan, you managed to tuck your legs in. Given your height, it's not the most comfortable, especially since you, in your sleepwear, you kind of realize your sleepwear is getting a little bit tighter in some areas. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's making making how you're scrunching your legs closer to yourself a little uncomfortable, even as more room is given at the end of the bed for the tray of all this food.
Kree makes little grabby hands towards the food because she's not gonna leave. She's not gonna get up because Angus is like basically holding her, and she just wants that right now. But she also wants food. She's just making little grabby hands.
What would you like?
I don't know. Just hand me something.
All right, I prepare a light portion of everything for Cree.
At the
Like,
smell of food. Oh no, go ahead. Please finish.
nah, like it's probably gonna be a big pile, but it's a light bit of everything so that Cree can try everything. All right, I'm done.
Angus sits up at the smell of food coming near him and goes, "Bacon."
Siobhan looks at Angus and smiles. Bacon. And
And
she
He makes
she
grabby hands as well without thinking about it, and then realizes that he's acting like a toddler and just goes, "May I?" And puts his hands back down. "May I have bacon, please?"
Yes, you can, you adorable little boy, you.
Kree is like she's not bothering with silverware. She's just grabbing like whatever hand food she can and just like munching on it.
Anything
And she's
and
leaning
any
up
food
against
is finger food with the right amount of not giving a fuck.
That's
and you know
true.
what? Kree is probably right about there. It's been a long few days.
So
Siobhan proffers herself a keg of ale and makes herself a breakfast sandwich. Although, what would you say, like in D&D language? No, she proffers herself a cup of ale, uses a trencher, a thick piece of bread, and loads it up with breakfast things.
Nice.
To be fair, a breakfast sandwich is not a foreign concept depending on what time period this is supposed to be set in
Oh,
compared to our world.
true.
Sandwiches are pretty old, actually. They're just typically kind of peasanty food.
I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, you're right. Cool.
So at
Thank you,
worst, you're gonna
culinary
get Angus. Yeah. At worst, Angus is gonna look at you like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It's a human thing that I've learned. Nom, 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 nom.
it's kind of fun, just stacking food like that.
Makes me think of charcuterie.
Kree's like shoving things into her mouth, huh?
Angus just goes, "Chew with your mouth closed."
She nods and she chews with her mouth closed.
As Corey takes and prepares his own little mound of food as well, focusing a lot more on the meat than he is on the carbs. So, how were things? I mean, you're all alive.
Scary, a giant ferret tried to attack me.
I love the ferrets. They were so soft and I like to pet them.
Oh, was that real?
I like them.
I had the
I hope
strangest
they
dream.
continue like that.
Oops, sorry, Cree.
I was done.
I had the strangest dream. You were there, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there. And TM! No.
You just hear in the background as you also hear a peculiar sound of a tornado outside. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
We're not in Kansas anymore.
You never were in
What's in
Kansas, bitch.
The witch flies by. It's fine.
Enough references.
I'll get you, my pretty, and a little himbo, too!
But no, seriously, folks. Siobhan looks around. I had the most strange dream. I was happy, and Simone was there, and then he wasn't, and there were broken things that had to be fixed, and then
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
We had to set out food for things, and also had to fight these 3 creatures. Is that what happened in your dream?
That's
there were
why we're all
ferrets.
sitting here.
Oh, those ferrets were scary.
I got
They're
them.
ferrets.
They were very
Yeah,
cute.
and one of them tried to attack me.
They
Oh,
did
and
not
then-
try to attack you. Unless you were a nightmare or part of a curse, I highly doubt it was trying to attack you.
There it's.
You've lost me. Can we start from the beginning?
Trust me, if we start from the beginning, you still won't get it.
We were in a weird white place and there were some doors, so we had to go through the doors and solve some puzzles. The doors disappeared when we solved the puzzles, and then we went through a final door and we saw Siobhan's wedding, and it was really pretty. I made some flower crowns. I whacked the guy on the back of the head, but I didn't mean to. I just got scared, and then we came back.
To add in a little bit more nuance to that, so basically, the curse was basically taking over,
Wait,
Siobhan's
curse? What curse?
You know, the whole reason that we were, trying to get into Siobhan's mind in the first place?
Oh shit, that was a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amethyst, not Amethyst, wrong campaign. Yorgia is kind of just like looking at Corey with kind of like a unimpressed gaze. She looks, the bags under her eyes and like the tired look on her face is kind of doubled right now. So basically what we had to do is we had to go about basically reliving certain parts of Siobhan's memories, and then we finally were able to corner the curse, and we began. We had to fight it, and we won, thankfully. And with that, the curse has gone into remission, but that basically means that it can come back at any day now until we can figure out how to permanently dispel it. And she takes a sip of some ale.
Huh. Okay. So if you know that it's a curse, do you know who cursed you?
Dagdabal, or a follower of him. It could have. The reason I am not ruling out Dagdabal as a whole is because we did sort of kind of torture and kill his follower, one of his followers at least, maybe more. I don't know. And gods tend to get
Wait,
really angry.
when was that?
Were you not there?
No, he wasn't there. It was when we were breaking out of prison. You know, I told you about that breakout.
You guys were in prison?
Yeah, but it's like,
Oh,
Oh,
no one
but it's
Corey,
like
that's
you
not our
don't you.
fault.
I don't remember you telling me who it was.
Oxer.
Wait, I wasn't paying
Oh
attention. What
shit!
happened?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, you fucked up bad.
Really?
I'm very confused.
He's always
You
been a
should be.
follower of Dagdabal.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Anyway.
weird considering the Royal Guard prides itself on being dedicated to Omaris, but
Well, the Royal Guard certainly isn't what it used to be.
it's always full of secrets.
Yorgia kind of has looks at you both and is kind of like, oh no. Anyway,
Yorgia, you. Well, you've already been inside my mind, so what's on your mind? By the look on your face. Do you want to tell us something?
well, I'm not particularly concerned about Dagdabal personally. But, I mean, pissing off a god in any aspect is obviously never a good idea. But, honestly, I mean, there's a few things about it. From what I know right now is Dagdabal has pissed off at least Gallopar. So, there's gonna be some issues regarding that. But I mean, when has Dagobah not been pissing off the rest of the Pantheon? So, I'm not terribly concerned about him. He's just having another one of his godly temper tantrums. And it just so happens that Siobhan has gotten in the way of one of those. And we just have to undo the curse, and luckily you have me, and I know what I'm doing, so we don't have to worry about it.
But not to rain on your parade, but if you knew what you were doing, wouldn't the curse be gone?
Well, this seems like something that's going to take time. Not every curse has a simple button you can push to undo it. And a creature's mind, particularly its dreamscape, is a very fragile thing, and we need to act with care lest we completely break Siobhan's mind in half and she's no longer herself anymore.
Exactly. I could have, you guys all could have been fine, and I could have come out like a bowl of jello. But
Yeah.
you didn't, and I didn't, and we're okay.
Agreed. What's Jello?
Yeah, what is
It's
Jello
It's
exactly?
this slang term for gelatine. It's made from bone marrow. It's absolutely delightful. You have to try it.
What?
What?
Siobhan high fives Angus.
Yorkia gags.
Thank you so much.
Anchorage is looking very confused about something.
Angus turns to Siobhan and goes, "Is everybody outside of the Feywilds so strange?"
Is
Well, first
everyone
of all, yes,
outside?
You get used to it.
but I
Angus
have-
says as Kree is like leaning on his shoulder, munching on food.
As Corey leans in over to Anchor, did you know how fucked up elven cuisine is?
no. But
I'm
I'm
not sure
more.
whether to be impressed or traumatized.
That didn't make me
Why not
like
both?
one.
But
It
there's
was
something
good,
else on my mind.
actually.
Like what?
What would pushing a button on a shirt do to help turn off something?
Huh?
Yes,
What
like
the fuck?
Yorkia like puts her hand on her face and sighs.
Buttons exist outside of things like computers, you guys. there are things like sewing buttons.
Yes, but you have to understand, Anchor is a himbo, and I have to ride this train all the way.
I need a himbo.
Which is funny. This gives me this gives me an idea, and I will say it later. But considering some of you are so tired, which is weird considering you have technically been asleep for the past 7-ish hours, looking out
It
the
was an
window,
exhausting dream.
Angus doesn't
Look-
sleep normally. He meditates.
This was hard.
you look out the window and you notice that it is early to mid-evening. So Corey has definitely gotten you a sizable early dinner. But if you need more, Corey is more than happy to get you more food and more ale, especially more ale.
Oh, so since Kree had put her her boots back on for the spell because she thought it'd probably be a good idea to have them. During this, she just kind of like kicked them back off because she just does not want shoes right now.
That's so valid of her, honestly.
No shoes.
Yorkia kind of just like goes off to her, like to do her own thing.
Where exactly are you going off to?
To my room.
Okay.
Oh, before you go, sorry.
Mhm.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
before Yorgia goes, Siobhan is like, Yorgia, thank you. Also, great job. If we ever run into trouble again, I think you are definitely here to help us get out of it.
Yorkia looks to the door, to Siobhan, to the door. You notice her pale skin tone darkens slightly. She's
Aw.
like, thanks. And she walks off to the other room.
Yes.
Well, I guess this ale's now mine as Corey just leans over and grabs what is left of Yorgia's ale, because he didn't say that he took it, and just chugs it down. Corey is going to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, easy, honey.
Nat one, nat
He-
one, nat one.
As you see him chug the entire thing down, pulling the keg away, he just has this confident smile on his face. What was that, honey?
Oh, whoa. Siobhan will join him and drink tankard for tankard what he drinks. Hey, she just was in like the hellscape of her own mind. She deserves to get shit faced.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Hooray!
So while this is going on, Cree finishes eating, and she wants to go see if she can find Lyris. So while they're kind of like, because she wants to go play with the orc girl again, because that was fun. So while these two are having a drinking competition, she's just kind of like gonna slowly stand up and look at Angus.
I'm gonna go play. I'll come back in a bit.
And,
Okay.
she leaves her
Try not to
shoes.
get lost, please.
She leaves her shoes. She does. She'll actually leave her staff with her with her shoes in Siobhan, Anchor, and Corey's room, and she's just taking her regular bag with her her other stuff, and she's just gonna walk outside.
Angus calls after her and says, "Wear your shoes."
I don't wanna. My feet hurt.
Fine.
Is there a reason her feet hurt?
Probably because she's not used to wearing shoes.
Well, that's a good reason.
Uh, yeah, probably.
I mean, you did notice that she wasn't wearing literally any shoes when we met her, right?
That's true.
So it's pretty safe to assume that she's just never worn shoes. Or at least hasn't in a very long time.
Mm.
So Siobhan, what was that? What was that? A Constitution saving throw?
Oh, that'd be a 16.
Yeah, you're fine. You're able to do another one.
Cool.
Anchor is just looking between Corey and Siobhan's like, budget, I'm gonna as well.
Oh my
Corey's gonna
god!
look at you with sparkle eyes. Yes, baby.
It's been a long day. I need this.
You
And-
deserve it. Hell, everyone in our group deserves it.
And on that note, I am leaving. You all have fun.
Oh, come on, Angus.
I'm quite alright. I'm going to go back to journaling. He squints really hard at Corey. Corey, you didn't touch any of my things while I was gone, did you?
No, I was seriously more worried about you guys and caring about sneaking in other people's shit.
Just checking. Just checking.
Should I make a
Yeah,
Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Oh yeah. By the way, did you add 2 to those con saves? Because to that con save, Corey, because you're near Anchor. Actually, you could probably add 4 to it since you're near Siobhan as well.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, Corey could. But the auras. You know what? I'll let you have it for this, just for craps and giggles.
Nah, I'm just gonna do my regular +2.
I want to hear this before I go to Cree.
Dirty 20.
Woo!
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Not a drinking competition.
You have
Okay.
an iron liver.
For now, as we cut over to Cree.
She's wandered outside at this point. She's kind of looking around. She has no idea where Lyris might be.
But you're still trying to actively find Lyris?
Yes.
Roll me investigation.
Oh, that sucked. Let's see. Where's my investigation? That's intimidation investigation. That's a 9.
Oh no. It takes you a while, probably a good 20 minutes. You get distracted by the smells of
Bugs I
food
see on
and from oak,
some
from
like feather falls out of the sky from a bird, and I chase it for like a few minutes.
yeah. But with that
Listen,
feather,
my brain
you
is
end
like 70% cat right now. It's only a day after the new moon.
But with the feather, as you get so infatuated with it that you start trying to jump and paw at it and begin chasing it, you end up running into a very familiar face.
Like physically just like running into her.
Yes.
Or into
Sorry.
Well, oh, that's okay. Oh, hi.
Lyris.
How are you? I haven't seen you in, what, 2, 3 days?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happened, but
Were you
I wanted to
sick?
Hmm?
Were you sick?
Well, I was a little sick for a while, but I'm okay now. And then my friend was sick, but they're okay now too.
Oh no. Have you been
It's
talking to High Priestess Lo?
I haven't, but I think my friends were.
Okay, cause that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of days. But since I hadn't seen you in a while, I wanted to come find you so we could play.
Well, what do you want to play? I know I still have the ball. If you wanted, Lyris is kind of looking around at the other
Game I
toys.
wanted to play, but I never had anybody to play it with. Do you want to play hide and seek?
Oh, sure. There
Yay.
aren't a lot of places to hide-ish. Well, we'll work on something.
Okay.
And who do you want to count? Do you want it to be you, or do you want it to be Lyris?
Cree wants to try and hide first.
Okay, roll me stealth as Lyris is going to close their eyes and count. And Lyris is now going to have to roll investigation.
I had to math. Let me double check that my math is correct. Yes. Because 8 plus 8 is 16 minus 1 is 15. So I got a 15.
-1. You got a -1.
No. I rolled an 8, but I have a plus 7. And to do the math, I was like, well, 8 plus 8 is 16. So 8 plus 7 has got to be 15. Because my brain is stupid.
Oof.
No, my stealth is a plus 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is not enough. As after about 2 minutes and counting to 20, Lyris is able to find you, and Lyris finding you comes up from behind you and gives you just a light little poke on your shoulder from behind. Boo.
Cree actually she jumps because she wasn't expecting that. What is directly in about what is probably directly in front of Cree right now?
a giant crate with a few claws.
So Kree is like, she's going to panic jump, like, and climb up the crate really quickly.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just startle easily. It's my turn to count now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
And she'll carefully climb down and then go stand somewhere to count.
All right, no peeking. And Lyris is going to roll stealth, and
I roll my
as you go
best.
through your counting.
Investigation. So another 15.
Lyris rolled a 19.
Oof.
So...
Kitty eyes cannot see lyrics, apparently.
Kitty eyes cannot see all, apparently. The one thing that they
These kids
cannot see.
She can't see Corey and she can't see Lyris. They're the only ones.
How is Kree going to react that she can't find Lyris?
I think she's going to keep looking for a while. But I'm gonna say like about after maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, she's going to walk back to where she had started counting, look around and just be like,
I can't find you.
At which rate, you see Lyris just kind of tentatively poking their hands out to cup around a wall that they were hiding behind, and they slowly poke their head out. Sorry, people say I'm too good at hiding.
No, you're really good at the game. I wish I was better at it. I never got a lot of practice playing it.
Well, then we can practice together.
Yeah! I want to get really good at hide and seek. I wonder if my friends will join. Probably not. Maybe I could ask, though. It'd be fun to have more players.
Yeah.
so with that, Kree's going to like kind of like wander back towards the inn that we're all staying at and to see if she can coerce any of her friends into joining.
As
Specifically, she's going to look for Angus first.
well, while you're doing that, Siobhan, Anchor, I need the two of you to roll me, considering the time, let's go 3 Constitution saving throws.
I'm sorry, what?
You have been drinking a lot with your drinking competition.
I've just been drinking on the side.
Oh, you didn't want to join in?
No, I didn't want to join in the drinking competition. I just started drinking. I'm just gonna do it on the side.
Fine, Anchor, you roll 1. Siobhan, you're rolling 3.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
17, 12, 6.
Whew.
Oh no, you're slowly
It
going
just
down.
got worse.
You're slowly going down. However, Corey is going down like a fucking brick.
I thought you were gonna say Corey has slowly been putting water in my drinks.
No, Corey, like after the second full chug, he is really starting to feel it. You didn't start feeling it until your third, but eventually coming around both of your final drinks, you're both about the same level of really nice and happy drunk.
Oh dear.
As Corey looks over to you, Anchor. Oh, come on. Slowpoke.
Anchor is just slowly petting Corey's head. I'm just now starting to get into drinking. I don't think it's a good idea for me to be doing that.
Slowpoke, join the party.
Anchor just kisses Corey's forehead. You shush.
Make me.
Is that a challenge?
I do think I'll have to leave the room for that.
I mean, unless you're into that.
Gonna pass. Well, thank you.
With that, Yorgia, how are you faring?
Georgia is like sitting on her bed. She's kind of like staring. She's kind of trying to meditate, but she's not doing a good job of it. She's just kind of staring at the wall. She does not look okay. She's like, she's staring at the wall and then kind of like looking at her hands. And then she kind of like flops back onto the bed.
You're back in our room with me, right?
Correct.
Okay. You I close my journal and go, would you like to talk about it?
I'm having a moment, Angus.
Do you want it to be a private moment, or would you like it to be a shared moment?
It's certainly a moment. She looks at Angus, looks at the ceiling, and then grabs a pillow, puts it over her face, and you hear a muffled
Grab something for the Foley work. One of those. Yes, I've had quite a few of those in my day.
Okay, are we on the same page?
I don't know, are we? What page are you on? I'm on page 7. That was a book joke. I apologize. I'm not sure.
I know what books are, Angus.
No, that wasn't why I. Never mind. Talk to me, Yorga. What's going on?
What happened back there in Siobhan's head was
Yes.
I was not prepared.
For which parts of it?
The whole curse bit.
Yes. See, I wasn't prepared for that bit either. I thought you were referring to the trauma.
Oh no, I was totally expecting that.
Yeah.
Siobhan, nobody who goes into peacekeeping or guardsmanship is ever someone who had a peachy childhood. But I should have known what was going on. I mean, it'll be fine. I mean,
Go ahead.
I don't know. It'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe it was just I always had known about it like in theory, but I'd never done it in practice. So maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it was just a little different than how I remembered reading about it. So I don't know. Hey Melissa,
Yes.
we're getting some background noise on your end.
Oh, is it?
Sort of a muffled voice I can hear.
Yeah, that's my roommate in her. My room is right next to her office. And her best friend is currently dying in the hospital, so there's really nothing I can do.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm thinking about what I can do. What
Maybe
button
just
can I-
mute and then unmute.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
You know where the mute button is, right? It's there's a microphone in the bottom right hand corner.
Gotcha. Yep, I'm gonna mute right now.
No.
All right, Let's
Yeah.
mark that timestamp to make sure we cut that out.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, you say that I only hear what I want to.
mhm.
Sorry. You say that you should have known. Why should you have known? Let's unpack that to start with.
I'm a Kalishtar.
Mm-hmm.
For one, I've been dream walking since I could physically dream.
Right.
I mean, Kalistars technically don't dream like normal, but besides the point, I've been walking the dreamscape since I was capable of dreaming. And I have been training to be I've been training to be the high priestess of my homeland. And our whole thing is dreams. Our whole thing is dreams and sleep and our connection with Galapar, and her whole thing is dreams and sleep.
So elves
So,
must drive you crazy.
yes, you do. It doesn't make any sense. How do you not sleep?
Don't. But that's besides the point. At least I know
What?
you're not snooping in my dreams.
Oh, I have other ways to snoop on your mind.
Hey, ha, goes bright red in the face, and he goes, "What do you know?"
Oh, I don't actually. That's a conversation for another day.
You are correct. Regardless, you're telling me about all your training that you've been through, yes, and not just your training, but your natural talent, and I understand that. But what about all of that would automatically mean that you know? Clearly, something is going on that if you should have known, if you are positive that you should have been able to know, something happened that prevented you from knowing, and therefore it was out of your control, and it's not your fault you didn't know.
I mean, when the priestesses back home handle this sort of thing, it's usually a one and done situation. And if it isn't, then usually those people end up
But
not being around anymore.
those priestesses, I imagine, on their first go, probably have another priestess with them, or something,
Um,
or
usually,
they have
yeah,
some severe guidance.
this is all, I mean, it's always a group effort because,
Well, well, how can you, if anything, if you think it's only going to take one more attempt, I think the fact that it was your first try and you've, what it seems like, gotten it halfway finished, that's pretty impressive for somebody who hasn't had all the proper training. Because doing that first run in a group, especially if you always do it in a group, must help a lot. You did it blind by yourself.
but I mean, Georgia mutters something under her breath. I am
If it's
not
in,
going.
if it's going to be in Garamog, he's not going to be able to understand.
That is true.
Listen, I apologize if I'm overstepping with this. I obviously am no expert on Kalishtar, especially since I haven't really ever heard of a Kalishtar before I met you.
Well, I
So,
mean, we only live on Huswig of Mieres, so it's not likely you would ever have met one. I mean, there aren't really a lot of outsiders who join us, and those who do don't usually leave.
and I imagine that it's not often a Kalishtar goes to the place where nobody sleeps. So,
I mean, yeah, that would be rather odd.
unless they just get tired of dream walking, I suppose, or whatever the hell that entails. But regardless, I don't mean to overstep. I obviously don't quite know what I'm talking about here, but you seem like you think you should be worried, but you also feel it seems like you're being hard on yourself as well.
Well, I mean, considering everything I am and everything I'm supposed to be. I feel like this should just come naturally to me. And I don't know, I've always had Galapar's guidance with me, and she's always been able to show me the way and tell me what to do, and this is just really new, and that's not normal for me. Everything always comes naturally to me.
Well, I think that you need to acknowledge then that something's changed. Yes?
Maybe, I don't know, I haven't had issues until I left home.
Then have you considered that maybe your home and one of the major reasons that you all stay on that in that place is it brings you a certain connection or a source of power or something?
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, that's what the high priestesses always say, but, like,
well then, listen. I myself, having left the Feywilds, am weaker. That is just how this works. I mean, ignoring the magical aspects of it, you're always going to do better on your home turf, as it were. It's just tracks. And you don't have to like it for it to be true. Trust me, I would love to have the kind of strength I have back in the Feywilds. Well, not physical strength. I've always haven't really had much of that, but the the, the arcane strength, I definitely dropped down a few pegs coming here.
Amethyst quirks a brow as if to say,
Uh-huh.
Yorga.
"Hmm?
You said amethyst. Sorry.
Motherfucker."
Yorga, you're turning purple.
Oh
And you're
god.
growing.
Taller, and you have a bow in your hair.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Yesterday was a session, so I'm not surprised we've all got it still on our brains. I'm literally sitting here drawing Renard and Zelda like.
It was like anyway, Yorgia quirks a brow as if to say, "Really? You're weaker now?"
What? I guess all you did was quirk a brow, and he goes, "Is something wrong?"
You're saying you're weaker? I mean, you're the hardest hitter on our team, and we have a fucking half orc.
I mean, Yorga, oh, that's right. You haven't ever seen it happen before.
No.
Yorga, you have my full permission to punch me if you'd like and see how quickly I fall down. The only reason I am the hardest hitter of our team is because I hit fast and hard. I am definitely a glass cannon. If anyone were to come too close to me, I'd fizzle out and explode.
I mean, yeah, you're tiny and you have noodle arms, but can you really be that weak?
Punch me. I dare you.
I'm not gonna punch you.
Then you will never know, will you? Because I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure I never get hit any other time.
I
Because I
guess.
promise you, it's pretty abysmal.
And I'm saying, if I were to hit you, I could probably kill you.
I'm saying that if Kree were to hit me, she could probably kill me.
Hmm. I I mean, I could leave a pretty hefty mark on Anchor with just my bare fists. I don't want to risk
My
having
point
to.
is,
Mhm.
yes, I am weaker here. But that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Especially with some of us that are more tied to magical things.
Yeah. But I mean, you're in a whole different dimension. I'm still on the same plane of existence. There shouldn't be
Yes,
that
but
big a difference.
what did the priestesses always tell you about the land you lived in?
Never, ever, 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 ever leave.
Well, first of all, that might be cause for concern in one or two directions, but ignoring that, do you think maybe there was a reason for that involving power fluctuation?
Maybe. It's very possible.
I think you may just have to accept that you're going to be a bit weaker now. It's certainly not like you are weak by any means, but you're not at your A game out here.
You're right. More reason to just get home sooner, I guess.
I believe someone promised to give me a hand.
I did. But I mean, you already said that you're probably gonna get dragged back to the Feywild in a few months anyway.
Well, then will you at least wait out those few months?
Well, I mean, it's probably gonna take that long for me to get home anyway, so I guess you're just stuck with me.
Oh no. You can tell how much I hate you by the fact that I'm sharing a room with you and having a heartfelt conversation.
Amethyst, like, touches
You said
a
amethyst again.
fucking hell. Listen, it was a 4-hour session yesterday,
Yeah.
Listen,
and I
I know.
am. Yeah, you fell asleep at the end of it.
I
Twice.
I did.
Mhm.
Anyways, sorry, continue.
Also, because of the falling asleep thing, we ended abruptly. Therefore, I never had my autistic brain never had the satisfying end. So my brain is still in that place.
I'm so
Even
sorry.
it's okay. But anyway, Georgia like touches her left shoulder for a moment, and she kind of like is looking to the ground as if she's contemplating something. I I just need to talk to Galipar again.
All right.
I haven't spoken to her in so long.
All right. Is there a way to do that?
Not easily. Usually she either knocks me out or she visits me in my dreams. I can't really willingly talk to her. I mean, she did give me this like key thing, but I don't know how it works. She never explained it to me.
Have you tried praying with it?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I guess. I hmm. I suppose I can do so before I go to bed tonight.
Try
Well,
sleeping with it on you, even. I'd recommend that. I mean, it's a dreamy thingy. So,
Yeah,
is, by the way, a question for you. Is that what dreams are normally like?
for me,
No, just in general. Is that what dreams are normal? I don't sleep.
I don't dream. That's where I go every night. You'll have to ask one of the non-Kalistars.
Fair enough. And I can't really ask Siobhan because she's also an elf.
Yeah. Oh God. I wonder if Siobhan thinks that's how everyone dreams.
Well, either
You know,
way.
we can go ask Cree. It seems
Ah,
that thing 1 and thing 2 are sort of compromised at the moment.
yes, well,
As you can hear from the other side of the wall, just drunken laughter and Anchor being forced to be the designated driver.
at least they have a sitter.
I think the sitter's a little tipsy too.
Well,
am not.
What eavesdropping?
be quiet, bastards.
Mm-hmm. Can't you tell I'm having a heartfelt conversation in here?
No, I didn't hear that part. All I heard
Good.
is I think the designated driver is a little tipsy too.
What's a
Who says you're
driver?
I think they pull carts.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I usually call that my chauffeur.
You're classist, you know that, right?
It's not classist to have been raised upper class.
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's not our fault that we were just born better.
Never. Whoa. Now let me correct something right there. I was not born better. I was
I'm-
born as a piece of shit, and that's all I'll ever be.
I mean, hey,
Hey,
stop.
do I, Tyler? Do I hear this?
Are you purposefully trying to listen at this rate?
I mean, since I was brought up in topic, now I am.
Roll
Would you
me.
really be? Because was that really in character? Like, did Anchor hear that? Like,
No,
he's
probably
dealing
not.
with a rowdy he's dealing with a rowdy
With
Corey.
Okay,
Two
and a
rowdy
okay,
half
okay.
drunks.
Okay, I get it.
Okay.
I mean, he can roll at disadvantage.
You know what? Yeah,
No,
if you
no.
want.
Yeah, that's fair. Why not do
No.
that?
No, let's just continue.
Okay.
I mean, besides, you already have other reasons to hate Yorgia already.
No, I'm more concerned about Angus.
Angus
Oh.
is fine. His self-loathing is as strong as ever. He's fine.
I mean, come on, Angus. You can't be a piece of shit. You're strong.
My aunt is also strong.
You have cool eyes. I think that's pretty cool.
My aunt also has these exact same eyes.
I mean, you're really nice.
Wow. That's something, I suppose. Let's see how long that lasts.
I mean, come on. You've been training Creed to act like a person.
And maybe I'm just doing that for my own benefit. Maybe I really am just a really, really awful person in training. And that's...
What?
I
mean,
think...
what benefit do you have to train Creed to be able to function in society? To avoid secondhand embarrassment?
I mean, a noble status is important.
I mean, does anyone even know you're noble here? Does anyone care about your status here?
No, but I I don't feel like I'm a good person, that's all. And I feel like that I'm just going to end up like the other person that I've had as a role model. Sooner or
aunt?
later, yes, sooner or later I'm going to be just like her.
How do you know that?
I mean, it's what my grandmother was like, or so I've been told. I wouldn't know what my mother was like, so I only have to go off of what my grandmother was apparently like and what my great-grandmother was apparently like, so yes.
Well, I mean, what's stopping you when you get home and you assume the throne? Like, what's stopping you from just changing the laws of your stupid matriarchal society? I mean, matriarchies aren't that bad, but you're not a woman.
He stops and kind of smiles for a second before he shakes his head like, well, I'd like to think that as well, but we'll see. But I don't have full power to just change the entire Feywilds, or even our area of the Feywilds. I have to answer to a council of my peers. My peers being the other members of the matriarchy. And as it is, I don't think I would make much progress. We're still trying to get past the whole slavery thing in there.
I mean, well, I hail from a matriarchy myself, so I don't really I don't really know how to help you in that aspect. Because, I mean, Pursuing of Mirrors works fine. But, I mean, the only reason that we are that way is just because women are closer to Galipar as it is, so it just makes sense that they would be in charge. But
what if
Hmm?
a man was as close to Galipar? Or what if there was a person like me? Would they be unfit to rule?
I mean, that's what they've said.
Not a big fan of matriarchies, it seems.
I mean, it it just makes sense, okay?
Huh?
Yorgia looks like she's like she looks like there's like two wolves fighting behind her eyes.
One is gay and the other's gay.
She is gay. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance right now going on in her head, and she's just like, I don't know what to do. Well, I mean, sometimes matriarchies don't work. Like for the Feywild, matriarchies don't work because you're obviously fit to rule, and you're not a woman, so you should be able to rule. But it just matriarchies work for us.
I mean, matriarchy. Do you know why we are a matriarchy in the Feywilds?
No, I don't actually.
Would you like to know?
Sure, shoot.
We are all descendants of the original rulers of the Feywilds. All of them daughters of the Archfey, whom Tyler has yet to tell me the name of still. We're all
for simplicity's sake, I'll let you go for it.
okay. Well, shit. Now I've got to make up a name. Fuck.
Joseph.
No. No. Now hang on. Give me 2 seconds.
Franz Ferdinand.
do, 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 do.
So how's everyone doing?
Okay.
I'm loving hearing this, honestly.
Okay.
I don't even mind waiting for Kree to drop in and be like, "Hey, you guys want to play hide and seek?" It's like we could do it at like a nice cinematic time.
Hey, you guys are getting a bit of Yorkia's backstory.
Yay!
Abarta.
We are all descendants of the daughters of Abarta, the Archfey.
So that's why you guys are in charge, is some like
Well,
matrilineage.
sort of, but we're also more magically inclined on the female side, and the rulers are all mages in one way or another. We all have to be direct descendants as well, unless there's some familial appointing, which is done here and there. We've even lost seats in the matriarchy when a bloodline has failed to produce a female heir. It's very important. It keeps us with connection to Abarta.
Well, I mean, what's so important about Abarta to begin with? Like, what does she contribute? Is her spirit somehow harnessing like the power to like make the Feywild run or something?
She is the Feywild.
Huh.
Like, well, a part of it. That gets complicated, but suffice to say, she is the
He gave up her physical form to become the Feywild or something?
a part of it, yes. Not all of it. She's not the entire Feywilds, but a part of it, yes. The part that we reside in came from Abarta.
Wow.
And as far as I know, that's her will, is that her daughter's lineage will carry on as rulers of her land. And with that connection, we also gain insight from Abarta. We gain extra power from Abarta. That's the whole reason that I'm weaker here, is Abarta makes me stronger because I am her great somethingeth grandchild.
Well, I mean, you're still assigned female at birth.
Well, yes, and I'm sure Abarta sees me as female, period. And I don't know what would happen if I ever tried to change that. I mean, there are magical ways I could change that. Would I still be allowed to rule in that case? I highly doubt it.
I mean, then why don't you change that? And then they don't have any reason to take you back.
I don't have the means to do that right now, but it's something I've considered. But it's actually a point you made earlier, which is changing the rules. I mean, somebody has to start trying to make that change, otherwise, no one's going to start wanting to try to make the change happen.
I mean, why not try and change it? Like, and if something goes wrong, then go back to the way it was before. There's no point in not trying.
I don't disagree with you, but as it is, I don't have the means currently. Regardless, if I had the means, that would be a different story, but I don't.
I mean, what you need to do is force their hand. Like you said, that the number of seats are depleting due to a lack of people to fill them, correct?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if we work on doing that whole magic shit to change your body to that way that you're no longer female, maybe you can force their hand and it's like, well, I'm no longer female, but you need someone to fill that seat. So what are you going to do?
If I don't take it, they may give it to my aunt.
Oh. I mean, there's got to be.
It's not tradition for her to take it, but certain exemptions might be made if we're this far down the line and we're talking about losing another seat. I mean, as it is, I am positive she wants me to make her my familial chosen. And that's just a whole mess in its own and makes me think she may plot an assassination, but that's its own thing.
Hmm. Well, I mean, if the Feywild's going to be so stuck in its own ways, then maybe it just needs to. Maybe it needs to be getting a taste of its own medicine and face some consequences through seeing how shitty their leadership system is set up.
Maybe.
At least in Husuya Gafmieres, we don't base it off of lineage, it's based off of merit.
Well, to be fair, and I don't disagree with you, but even in lineage, there's a lot of forced training. There's certainly nothing about your lineage that means that you aren't earning your seat by merit. There is not a single person in the matriarchy that I don't think is extremely powerful even without Abarta's help. They definitely earned their positions, but they also were given it by blood.
Well, I mean, the people who are in power back home wanted to be in power. They chose to be. They weren't forced into it. They weren't forced into training. People are allowed to live their normal lives back home. They don't have to be in power. Just because of what you're born as doesn't mean you have to. And besides, we have women in power who weren't originally women.
Oh, that is something. It doesn't exactly answer my other question, but it is something.
What was your other question?
If someone like me were to try to rule,
You wouldn't be allowed
not
to.
me personally,
Oh no, I
someone
mean
like
anyone like you wouldn't be allowed to be in power because you're a man and men don't rule back home.
but if they want to. As it is, I mean,
I mean,
I may have my issues with the throne back home for me. None of those are the fact that I don't want to rule, because to make something abundantly clear, I want the throne.
Hmm.
It's my birthright, and I, I've worked really hard to try to get there. I, I I want to make a difference, and I want to rule my people and lead my people into a better place. A place that I honestly think Abarta would approve of. But the fact has never been that I didn't want to rule. It's what I didn't want to rule as.
I need to um do I need to consider some things real quick and relating to Yorgia's character. Amethyst not Amethyst. Yorgia it's the third time.
Fourth.
It's because I'm surrounded by purple. All of my dice, except for one set, are purple.
Boo.
I'm a purple person.
Sorry.
Purple is good. I love
Well,
purple.
the point is that people who like purple, like other people have favorite colors. It's just their favorite color. People who like purple, they like make it their entire personality.
Yes, this is true. As someone whose favorite color is purple, 90% of my room, and the things in it are purple. It's like, if you get me something, you better make it purple.
Georgia kind of like stares at Angus for a little bit and is like, well, you've given me a lot to think about, and I mean, I think we need to take time to consider our options.
I agree. And Yorga,
Mm-hmm.
try to cut
Yeah.
yourself a little bit of slack, please. You're actually doing very well, and I really appreciate you letting me talk to you like this and telling me a bit more about yourself.
Thank you.
So
Mhm.
at this moment, Kree kind of like plops into the doorway, and I expect Lyris is right behind me. She looks up at both Angus and Yorga.
Do you guys want to play hide and seek with us?
As Lyris looks at the both of you, giving a tentative wave.
What's hide and seek?
It's a game where
They don't know hide and
do
seek.
you want
Oh, not they. I don't know hide and seek. I don't know about Angus. Angus, what's hide and seek?
Even I know what hide and seek is. Did you not have friends? That was more rude than I intended it to be. I am very apologetic. It's a
For-
fun game for children.
friends?
you have one person count, and then you go and hide, and then you have to try and find everybody. It's really fun. I'm not very good at it, but I want to get better.
Okay.
Yay, more buddies!
Sure.
Yay!
Woo! Okay, you went and I went, so... Short man,
I beg your pardon.
you're counting next.
Kree is gonna run in. She's excited, but Kree is gonna run in and just like grab both Yorga and Angus's hands and like just start dragging them outside because like holy crap, she can play hide and seek with more people. Like this is the greatest day ever.
It's
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
best day ever.
Best day
It's just like-
ever.
You
Oh,
just
dear.
hear that in the
Okay.
background as a montage of two clearly traumatized adults are playing with a actual child and an adult who had no childhood.
Who is also traumatized. We have 3 traumatized adults, but one of them is childlike, and then one actual child.
The funny part is Kree is older than Yorgia.
Really? Wait, how old is Yorga?
18.
Oh yeah, I mean Kree doesn't know how old she is, but like yeah, Kree is older than Yorga.
Yeah.
So
Angus has got all you whippersnappers beat at 52.
no. Oh, Siobhan, how old are you?
I am, because I actually have it written down. Oh, oops.
It's also in your character sheet.
Yes, that's what I'm getting out.
Okay.
I am right here. Haha, okay. Great. I am
Fantastic.
250 years old.
Yeah. So Angus is like a baby compared to.
He is a baby elf.
He is extremely.
Elves?
He is basically Yorga's age.
He baby elf. They don't reach. It's like yeah, he baby elf.
He baby elf.
Aw,
So
baby.
it's 100% totally fine for him to start playing games with us. I'm
But,
gonna bat
I
an
mean,
eye.
he wasn't completely exiled from his community. Like, he's grown up in that community. Siobhan didn't really.
That's gotta be
Except-
weird for her.
You know, except for when she was little or whatever.
So, after about, we'll say, especially given how long the wonderful role playing was and talking between Angus and Yorga about whether matriarchies are good or bad or whatnot, you all, um, you all eventually come back to your places of stay after the barkeep had requested a bit more coin, considering you have long outslept the initial payment, which frankly is still rather cheap. So you don't have to worry about that, considering what
Angus
you have
tosses
on
him
you.
a gold.
And Siobhan, Anchor. Well, Anchor, you're relatively okay. You're a little on the tipsy side. Siobhan, you and Corey are sloshed. Y'all are hammered. Y'all are just having a good old gay old time.
We'll have a
Very
good
gay.
All day.
Fantastic.
And as the night begins to come into view, becoming all the more darker, it is now about time for everyone to sleep.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Okay.
Yogia, are you planning to use that key, or are you still hesitant?
I sure am.
Okay.
Kree wants to do a thing.
What does
Oh.
Kree want to do?
So, she's gonna wait until both Yorga and Angus are asleep. So, if you want to do your thing first, or if you want me to do mine,
I've been
I think
spotlight
do
hopping,
yours.
so you go.
mine's gonna be kind of short.
Okay.
But
Oh,
all right.
honestly,
So
I've been hogging the spotlight. Go ahead.
yeah. So Kree, due to just like just what Angus needs to do, or from what remembering from 8 sessions ago, Angus needs the money to buy these scrolls so that he can get into the Feywilds and then out of the Feywilds with his friend. And he doesn't have the money for that because he kind of spent a lot of it. But Kree she kind of like she pretends to go to sleep, but she doesn't, she doesn't actually go to sleep. And then once everybody has like quieted down, she's going she's going to sneak into her bag and grab about oh uh 20 22 gold pieces, um all of her silver, which are 14 silver. She goes to grab the electrum, remembers the electrum bit, and decides to leave it there. And she takes this money, sneaks over to Angus's side of the room, and basically like she just ruffles through his stuff just enough to find like something that looks like where he's keeping all of his coins, and she's going to put the gold and the silver in there.
Baby.
So yeah, Angus gets 22 gold and 14 silver.
Oh, honey. And
She's
14
only
sil-
keeping she's keeping a couple of gold pieces for herself, only because she knows she might need it occasionally, and she's keeping the one platinum she has because she thinks it's pretty.
That's so
But
cute.
yeah, so that Cree takes basically all the money that she's earned from like playing music so far and gives it to Angus. And once that's done, she kind of like smiles at herself and then crawls back into bed and heads to sleep for realsies.
For real,
Aw.
My heart.
baby, please.
She
He's
a
really
darling.
wants to. She really wants to help Angus out.
Babby. Babby.
She is.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
You're right, I am.
As around this point, you don't really notice all of this because at this point, with how you are sleeping with the key that Galipar gave you, you are unfortunately or unfortunately back to a familiar sight, a very prominent door in front of you with the with it slightly ajar. And from the inside, you can see a faint glow of the familiar bioluminescent flora and fauna from within.
This place again. Yurgia steps inside. She has her sword drawn now. She's learned.
You begin your way through, noticing that the grass has grown a little more unkempt than it was the last time that you came here. You still hear the occasional rustling within, no doubt some creatures within, and for a moment you see something shimmering in the far distance.
Can I tell what the shimmering is?
Roll me investigation.
Fuck you. I'm just. Oh, am I rolling against you?
Roll me investigation.
15. I had
You're
to find
fine.
so I don't know
As-
what it is.
Well, you can tell what it is because it tried to roll stealth and it didn't do enough. But you see the shimmering from under this very tall patch of grass. You see it come closer to you, and you're not sure whether to be more prepared or concerned, but regardless, as soon as you think it's going to lunge at you, it stops.
What is it?
Give me a moment. As you see a long snout just protrude out of the long grass like it's parting some sort of curtain, and it's just sniffing profusely. You can see the really short sort of whisker like parts that are towards the nose. You see a pattern of a darker base of color towards the top of the nose, and lighter towards the bottom jaw. There's still that prominent sheen, that opalite sheen, especially that you notice on the white portions of the fur.
I pull apart the bush, or like the undergrowth that this creature's in.
You pull apart the grass, and you're able to get a much better look of this creature. It's about to halfway your the halfway point of your chest in height, and that's not on its hind legs, as it becomes pretty surprised when you suddenly pull apart the grass and it looks up at you. Its eyes are a very bright, if not intimidating, frost blue, but with the color that is surrounding its fur, it gives a very familiar kind of vibe, as you realize this is another dream guide.
Oh, it's my main wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I give it a little
With its
pet.
lanky legs.
I give it a little pet on the head, and I kind of like give like a little like, as I like begin walking, and I gesture for it to follow me as I like, and as it does, I give it like little scritches on the head.
It does. It's very happy to have found you, as while you are walking, it's just kind of trotting next to you, like you can just see its head just kind of bopping. You're not sure to what, but it's definitely happy.
All right, Yorgia is looking around. She still has her sword in her other hand.
Roll me investigation.
Well,
It takes you a bit to try and notice some of the, at least, base perimeter around you. You remember that this is some sort of forest, eerily crossed with a marshland. It's really weird, but also alluring in a way, really intriguing. You begin to get so hyper focused on some of the lights and the bioluminescence, to where it takes your dream guide to help lead you over to a certain area. After about what feels like 10 minutes, you come up to to yet another familiar spot. Your spirit kind of leads you over to the center of what looks to be some sort of demolished gazebo, similar to what Posos and Loch sat under, but this one is decorated completely different, and also much more in ruin. The roof is no longer there. The pillars that would have held it up crumbling, some of them completely to rubble. The mosaic that is at your feet is near indistinguishable. You can barely make out symbols that are meant to be indicative of Galipar, or maybe even one of her siblings, but judging all that you've been around before, you have more certainty that this is for Galipar.
I enter the gazebo and I'm like kind of like pacing around, and I kind of call out into the void, into just the open air. I'm just like, Galipar?
You hear a faint sort of shimmer, almost like chimes, in the distance for a moment.
Galipar! I call again.
The chimes seem to grow louder and louder as a gust of wind seems to begin to waft around the area. It's not fierce, it's very calming, and the aroma that comes with it is like seawater. As for a moment, you see a sort of gust come into view, and it comes down towards a a, a thin river that is on the other side of the gazebo. You see it begin to cup and come back up, arising with water in its form as it begins to twirl and tumble around itself. It's not too fast, it's not too slow, it's just enough power to be near hypnotizing before the top of the form lands near in front of you, and from there all of the water and the wind with it begins to come into a form, coalescing into the silhouette but not full color of Galipar. However, one thing that you can distinguish is that unfortunately there are no facial features.
Yorgia looks taken aback for a moment. This is not normal. This has never happened before, and she looks concerned. Galipar?
You see the head look down to you for a moment, again still featureless, before looking to the spirit next to you for a moment. The spirit, you hear, take a few steps back for a moment before some sound around you just makes everything seem to click. And with that, suddenly the spirit turns around, coming in between you and this form, turning to face you before it rushes up towards you, jumps, its nose gently comes to yours, and as if its form is slowly moving into yours, you see everything around you, all of the water from the river, beginning to rise. It comes higher. Higher. 10 feet. 20. 30. 50. The higher it goes, the faster that it goes. And the more that it becomes, the more that it begins to curve and start to create a dome around you in this figure. Before suddenly all of the flora that's around you, the gazebo, become enveloped in this water. It takes some time to pull yourself together from the pressure of the water hitting you at full force, but you're breathing. It's still scary, but you're breathing. There's a familiar glow towards your chest where the crest of Galipar was first brought onto you. And similar to the first time that you came here, Galipar is much farther away, and you can see a silhouette, but you can still see also, thankfully, the silhouette of facial features. My child.
Gallopar, what's going on?
A lot more than I had expected. Have you had any luck finding my siblings?
I've
Or those who call to them?
I've met a friend. Her name is Siobhan, and she's a follower of Galahad. And out of character, is Demier one of Galapar's siblings?
That he is.
And I've met a half-orc man named Anchor. He follows Demier. And it's just them three, right?
So far, yeah.
Galapar. I mean, of like the siblings, it's
Wasn't,
Galapar, Demier.
There's also
Galapar.
Ankadel.
Yeah,
Oh,
there is.
yeah, there's Ankadel.
Yeah.
Wait, does Cree follow Ankadel?
I mean, yeah. We did that. You were surprised about that. When we went over that last session. At least Ankadel is one of the gods she follows.
See, M has a dissociative disorder.
No, I'm not blaming you. No, it's fine.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, no, that's Ankadel is one of the things. Is a god that Kree is familiar with. He helped with it in the dream world.
And I know this girl. Her name is Kree, and she's somewhat. I don't know if she's dedicated to Ankadel, but she does know things about him.
That's a relief. You sounded concerned when you mentioned Siobhan. What happened?
She's been cursed by a follower of Degdabal. Or maybe by Degdabal himself. So a lot of things have happened. I've done something. Some things have happened. We ended up killing one of Degdabal's followers. It wasn't. I wasn't trying to, but let's just say we didn't give him a very graceful death. And I don't know if Degdabal has come after Siobhan himself, or if in his last breaths he cursed her. But there's been a curse put upon her mind in the name of Degdabal, and he was targeting her in her mind and in her dreams.
I feared that one of these circumstances would come. It's only showing that Degdabal is growing stronger. He's always been one to topple the balance among all of us, really. Especially between him and Peltmaris. But I have faith. I have hope that this can be stopped. I can't really do that on my own, though.
Well, why not? I mean,
because unfortunately, everything is about balance. Everything is about individual purposes coalescing together. My purpose is to bring people to their fates. Ankadel's is to bring people to their passions. Galahad's is to bring people to to their voices, to their own power in unexpected ways, and Demier's is to, well, to help people grow. We all have our different points. And similar with Tectobal and Otmaris, who are above the four of us, those two are about the overall balance in discourse. And if one of them is too much than the other, then it sets all of us out of balance.
Well,
It'll be a dominant.
Dagdabal's doing it on purpose, though. He's intentionally causing the balance to be out of whack, so what's the point of him even being here?
That's a question more for the All-Carer. As much as I am a deity, I can't really read the minds of other deities, especially those higher than me. But what I can do is see. And what I can do is plan. And I feel the best course of action is to help your friends possibly become more acquainted with who they call to. Who knows, maybe they might be the ones who could better connect with them. And if all of you work together, then maybe talk to Altmaris and figure something to help restore this sort of balance before it gets too senseless. I don't know how long this is going to take or how long this is going to last, because unfortunately, this is not the first time that Dagdabal has tried to throw things out of balance, and this is not going to be the last.
And why?
This is
keep
always
him?
going to happen.
And then why let him keep his power? What's the point if he's just going to keep on trying to throw off the balance that everyone else is trying so hard to maintain?
Again, that's more of a question for Altmaris. You might be able to talk with them down the line. I don't know, though. It's been a lot more difficult to truly connect to Dagdabal or Altmaris for the past few centuries, even for us. And I can't help but fear that something's wrong because of that.
So you've waited several centuries before you started worrying?
More like communication has been dwindling since centuries ago, and it's only been now that it's gone cold.
Well, there's got to be something that you can do for Siobhan. I've never seen a curse like this before. In all of my teachings and all of my training, I've never seen anything like this.
You said she calls to Galahad?
Correct.
Help her reach to Galahad more. And from there, probably the best thing that you can do is the two of you need to work together.
I mean, that was already the plan.
I figured, but that unfortunately sounds like the only course of action that can be done. I mean, right now, the curse is thankfully in remission, but we also don't know how long that's going to be. So, I would say with the time that you have, help her better talk with Galahad. And we can only hope that Galahad shows signs. Because unfortunately, I've been the most vocal out of all of us. And I don't know why.
Okay. Okay, I can do that.
I'm sorry that this has to go on you.
I mean, I've been training all my life for something, and it's not just to be the high priestess. I've always known that there's been that I'd have to do something big with everything that I've learned, but I didn't think it'd be this big.
One of the woes of being the champion.
I think I'm ready to wake up now.
You see, for a moment, a hand begin to come forward from Galapar's silhouette. What's weird is that you can't help but it seems like the armor's stretching more and more. You do not know how far Galapar actually is from you, but this depth perception is so weird. As the closer that the hand comes to you, the more that you see very surprisingly fair features, given the fact that you are underwater. You would think that there would be a little bit of wrinkling. The nails are a particular blue, though, indicative of not so fond circumstances. The fingers, at first, sort of limp in a soft fist before the wrist kind of turns and the index and the thumb remain flexed. This hand, which has now become about thrice the size of your head,
What?
comes towards you. And in the most gentlest motion, the tip of the index finger comes to your forehead, and immediately you feel this wave of tiredness come over you. You feel your body go limp in the water and your eyes close. Everything seems to go sideways before you feel yourself waking up around morning time with everyone else on your side. How's everyone else doing with their sleep?
I had this really weird dream.
Okay.
There was this waffle bat that was following me around, and he told me that I had to return this sugar cube.
Okay. Gal, Yorkia looks confused. It's like, what do normal people dream about?
Well, York is not in the
Title?
same room as Anchor, so
Hey, Tyler,
Yes.
can that be the title of this episode?
What do you got in mind?
What do normal people dream about?
Yes. Oh, Robin,
Robin, you're muted.
just in case you don't know, you are muted right now.
I
Mhm.
forgot I was muted.
That's why I reminded you. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
It's fine. It's okay. I'm just falling asleep. It's fine.
Well, here's something that could
Not
probably wake you
again.
up.
What is going to wake me up, Tyler?
Oh, wait.
All of you, regardless of how well you have slept, regardless of your hangovers, which, Siobhan, you most certainly have a hangover, all of you are
figured.
suddenly woken up from outside. Shouts of shock and surprise. Anchor, you're really anyone who knows Orcish is able to roughly understand shouts of "Open the gates! Open the gates!" as you hear scrambling, including a lot of people preparing for arms as they move from residences, buildings that were near the inn, going forward.
Cree, hearing the shouts but not understanding them, she kind of like hops out of bed and just quickly trots over to the window. There is a window.
Yes,
She
there is in
trots over
fact
to
a
the
window.
window to see if she can see what's going on.
You see a lot of people grabbing axes, broadswords, longbows. It almost looks like they are preparing for war as they are dashing and darting for the front gates.
Can I open up the window?
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anybody nearby?
I'm awake.
Or like anybody who might like be walking by? Okay, so when she opens up the window, she's still aware of Angus's situation. So she keeps the curtains drawn. So she's just kind of like the curtains are like just kind of like laying on her back, and she's like from in the room. You just kind of see like like the Kree's like legs standing under the curtains.
Why do I feel like your tail would also be like up and poofed?
Yeah, it kind of is, probably. Yorga's gonna look at tail and just be like, wait, hold on. She still
Can I
doesn't know
can I-
about the tail.
can I also open a
Yeah.
window since I can understand Orcish?
Yes.
But yeah, Kree's tail is definitely like, it's flicking. It's a little poofy and it's flicking underneath of her skirt as she's trying to figure out what's going on. But as she opens up the window, again, making sure the curtain is kind of closed behind her and she's standing so that, nobody can see into the room. She's gonna like call out to like the closest person she sees. What's happening?
It takes someone a moment to hear you and go, "Oh wait, shit! They're speaking Rame." Well, are you speaking Rame or are you speaking Common right now?
Whichever one whichever one is mostly spoken around here that wasn't Orcish.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Whatever
there's
one we have been speaking.
that's been predominantly Rame. So
Okay, so that one.
yeah, so this orc looks at you for a moment, takes a double take. Oh, you're a Rame person. Okay, so we got asylum seekers coming to the front gates, and there's also guards. We need to get them in right now, and if we need to kill some fuckers. And he just dashes over to the gate.
Cricket just curses in front of this child. Okay. So,
Language!
Kree like
I don't care.
Kree sticks her
Yorkia,
head in.
Did you guys hear that?
Yorkia hears the phrase "kill some fuckers." She perks up and is looking around like people are dying? Question mark. I am interested now.
There's apparently guards on the way because they're following asylum seekers who are trying to come in here. Apparently they might be getting ready for battle.
Oh. Angus
was-
has already been getting dressed.
Well, sounds like fun. I need to go have a conversation with Siobhan, and let's get ready to probably beat the shit out of some people, possibly. And Yorkia, heads over
Kree's
to.
Kree's boots and her staff are still in the other room.
Yes, they are.
So as soon as Angus is dressed, she grabs her regular bag and she opens up the door, which I think the other two in this room decided that we were no longer closing it with the bar. because they couldn't lift it that one time. So there was like a chair. I think Yorga put a chair in front of it. I don't know. We didn't
Mhm.
say. But
That
anyway,
is
it's not the
happening.
party.
Anyways, whatever.
I don't care, just as long as Kree can get out real quick, because she needs to go grab her boots and stuff, because she's gonna be fighting, she kind of needs them. And her feet aren't as sore today. Nor is the rest of her body.
Siobhan,
Yes. Yes.
Can I
There's a
come
bunch
in? I need to grab my shoes.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and grab the shoes and stuff and head outside to give it to Cree.
Corey
When-
is not in a good mood when you open the door. He's like, fuck the light! And he's going to hide under the covers.
when
Hey, Chloe,
Anchor-
there's bad things happening right now, it looks like.
when Anchor opens the door, Yorgia squeezes underneath his arm and heads over to Siobhan's bed and is just like, we need to talk. There's gonna be some violence real quick, so this is gonna be a very quick conversation.
He scoots over so that way there's not too much that Yorga has to
Thank you for
squeeze
my
through.
boots, Anchor.
No problem.
She quickly... Kree's gonna actually, she's going to put her boots on, take her staff, and she's just gonna, trot outside. Because she wants to try and help.
Gonna get ready to bap some guards.
I mean, she
Corey,
might. At the very least,
Corey?
she's going to start buffing some people to bat some guards.
Corey,
Mm.
it sounds like something bad's going to happen outside. I'm going to go make sure nothing bad happens outside, especially to Cree.
Okay, don't die.
I won't.
You better not, you fuckwit. I love you.
Love you too.
Why did you let me drink so much last
Yorgia sits on the bed by Siobhan's feet and is like, I spoke to Galipar last night, and she says that you need to start praying more to Galahad.
Really? That's the solution. Pray more? Ugh, that does sound like a god would say that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on. Long story short, basically, Begdabal is being an asshole like he is every 500 years or something, and he's causing problems for everybody. So, this is more than just a curse thing. You need to start praying to Galahad even after your curse is gone. More. It's important.
Okay.
I'll explain the details later, but basically, if you don't, it's possible that all our gods could die. Thanks.
Great. Praise be to Galahad. Let's go kick in some heads.
Yeah.
night?
Oh boy.
So is everyone going out?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am,
Yep.
sir.
Okay. All right. So as all of you begin to rush out of the inn, you are just seeing
With Kree leading the charge because she was the first to leave. So you just got this tiny small child with a staff just trotting up to see if she can help with half orc Anchor booking it behind her. It's get back here, Kree. You're not going out there alone because you could die.
As all of you are dashing over towards the front gates, it's taken you a few minutes to get up there. However, starting at about 60 feet in between you and the gates, you notice that Lo and Posos are starting to physically pull the gates apart, and they're struggling. They're calling for more men to help them pull the gates open as they're calling out in Orcish, "They're coming! They're coming! The Raymork and her husband are here! Open the gates now! Help us!"
Okay, so Kree...
Anchor is immediately going up to the gate and going to open it.
So Kree actually, she quickly... let's see. Yeah, okay, I know what she's doing. Oh, wait, it's concentration. I'd have to, I can't do 2 concentrations, so I can at least do it once. I was gonna do enhance ability twice, but I just remembered it's a concentration. So
Yup.
Kriya's going to run up to Posos. She as she runs up to him, she like runs her fingers through her hair, grabbing a few strands. Run up to him, and cast Bull's Strength so that he has advantage on strength checks.
Ooh.
So she quickly that's what she casts on Posos.
Okay.
And then
Georgia,
honestly, if there is room for her, she will also try and help with the gate. But if there is not, she will stand out of the way. But if there's room, she will help like pull and or push the gate open.
Georgia doesn't help with the gate because, like, while she can punch hard, it's because of magic, actually. So she's not strong. She has a -1 to strength. So she heads over to the gate and is by the entrance for when the gate opens.
Angus is going to use his bonus action to, well, not his bonus action, but it's still a bonus action to do. He's going to use his Holy Fairy Blood to give himself the effects of haste.
Ooh.
He's going to fly over the wall.
Okay, you
Ooh,
fly over the
nice.
wall, and with your glorious, sparkling fairy wings, keeping you up. How high would you say that you are?
Well, my movement is doubled, so however high it takes me to get over the wall in order to see the people we're trying to let in.
Okay,
Kriya gets momentarily distracted, just like, ooh.
I
I'll
would
fly.
say, given your haste, you're about 15 feet above the highest part of the gate, and you're able to see not only a relatively well-sized carriage uh, just dashing towards the front gate, uh, held by uh, held by an Orcan man at the front, holding the reins of 4 horses. You also see, which is mortifying, about 100 feet behind the carriage, cavalry.
I see.
And you see some of them even holding flags indicative of the Royal Guard of Malek Banajo.
Well, I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh, sons of bitches.
So I have a solution for some of this, I think. Give me just one.
Is it
Just
fireball?
could be.
Very
Could
well,
be.
could be.
The rest of you who are also assisting at the gate, roll me for strength.
Just
Okay.
you know, I
Tequila.
pointed at my screen.
Angus is going to go ahead and cast Tidal Wave
Ooh,
behind
Oh.
the carriage.
Okay.
I got a 17 in strength, by the way.
And we're gonna go ahead and twin spell that, so I'm gonna cast 2 of them.
Ooh.
I got an 18 on strength.
And
Nice.
I got a
almost
21 on strength.
Shit.
Holy
We
shit!
got one less than Anchor. I just want to point that out. She pulling her weight.
Cree is definitely pulling her away with a 17.
There it is.
As the 3 of you, actually, for the 3 of you, who is helping Posos and who is helping Loch?
Well, considering Kree ran over to Posos to cast enhance ability, she stayed over on that side to help him.
True. Which actually, thank you for reminding me on that. Oh, that is much better.
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered that he has advantage on strength checks.
Yes.
It's the very reason I gave him that. Also, his carrying capacity has doubled, but we don't use that, and he's also an NPC.
As now, all of you working together with Loch and Posos, you begin to pull create a much larger gap in between the gates. It's thankfully you're not hearing any splintering of the wood of the gate yet. Gotta be careful as the carriage is dashing closer, and suddenly all of you hear the sudden movement of water just careening towards something behind, and you hear a multitude, countless amounts of shouts.
They need to make me 2 separate dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Time to roll, Tyler.
Roll cavalry.
I know those both fail.
Good.
Nice.
So on a failed save, a creature takes 4d8 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. So they're all knocked prone, including
They're
their
all
horses.
knocked off of their horses.
Nice.
Their horses are also
Way
knocked
to
prone.
go.
And
Woo!
they're all going to take, let's see.
75 points of damage, even though you literally cannot roll that.
38 points of damage.
Not bad though.
That's almost
Yeah.
there. Damn.
Yeah.
Almost off
As
by like 30 points, but okay.
you, Angus, with this wonderful achievement, you see that after the wave has just left its mark over
Both
this
ways.
cavalry, you see the majority of them, including the majority of the horses, not coming back up. The ones that do, the horses are in an absolute panic. You hear them crying, neighing as they turn around and bolt back home. However, a few of the guards come back on, struggle to come back on their feet. One of them succeeding as he just forces himself up. One thing that you notice about him is that he looks very familiar to one of the figures that you saw in Siobhan's memories. Much younger, very harsh, chiseled face, a sort of Clark Kent style kind of cowlick at the center of his bangs, as all the rest of his hair is swept back in a very professional, very militaristic style hair, as his all of his plate armor now drenched in water. He for a moment looks behind him to check on what remaining cavalry he has left before he pulls his sword from the sheath at its side, sort of spins it around in his hand before holding it out and with a battle cry demands a charge of the rest of them as they continue to go forward. Now the carriage is about 10 feet away from the gates. I need those who are helping at the gates to roll me another strength. Give me more strength.
And Posa still has the yeah, you know.
Good.
I mean, he
Oh!
should still have it because it's a concentration up for an hour, and it definitely has not been an hour yet.
Yeah.
Well,
19.
that one sucked. 10.
I got
Okay.
a 13.
Okay. All of you actually are doing really good together as you pull the gates apart more, as you hear.
Wait, I gotta
low-
ask: is it just
you-
Postos and Kree on one side, and then Look, Anchor, and Siobhan on the other side? Because I just
It
like
is
that image in my
indeed.
head. I really like that image in my head.
It is indeed, as you also hear Posos yelling to the side, "Why the hell are we having to do this?" And you hear another person in Orcish go, "The chains are broken! What do you expect?"
Ah,
My mic is not working. I have no idea what anybody is saying.
The chains are broken.
That's not good. Wait, where are they broken?
They're broken. We have a wheel right there. It's actually right behind you. If you have any way to fix it, that would be amazing, because that would make this go much faster.
So
He's
Just
still
go and
saying-
have mending.
Kree quickly runs over to the chain. Is it just like broken in one spot, or is it broken in many spots?
It's broken. You find 3 links that are separated around the wheel.
So, is mending a possible fix to this?
It would
It is a
indeed be a
cantrip?
fix.
All right, so Kree's gonna get to work on that.
Okay.
Quickly just mending those chains, because I gave her that cantrip, and I never thought I'd actually have a chance to make it useful.
Well, you and Perf find many uses for that cantrip.
Perf.
Perf!
I don't know who Perf is.
Journey Quest. It's a long
Okay.
story.
Anyway,
So-
yeah, Kree's fixing the chains.
Well, it takes 1 minute to mend, and it still have about 1 minute before the carriage is able to rush in. Angus, what are you doing as you see
But I mean,
about
if she
10
can fix the chains before the cavalry gets here, so they can quickly close the gate, like that'll be a win.
Well, I mean, there's still about 100 feet behind.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Angus, what are
mean-
you doing as you notice about 5-7 of these remaining guardsmen coming up in shout and battle cry closer towards the gate?
Are they all grouped together?
No, they are scattered.
Cool.
You said clustered at first. I was like,
Sorry, that
hoping.
was a derp. That was a derp on my part.
How far apart are they from each other?
So you have the black-haired gentleman sort of trying to be the point of this. You have 2 others that are behind him to his left and his right. About 20 feet diagonal, you see on the left side 2 others, and about 40 feet diagonal to the right, you see the remaining 2. So 3, 2, 2.
So, wait, hang on. How far apart? Okay, from end to end, what's the distance?
Okay, end to end. So from I'm trying to explain this. So you have the kind of the point, the gentleman that looks kind of familiar, and he is about 100 feet away from the carriage. You have 2 other people who are right behind him by diagonal. So diagonal left, diagonal right. 20 feet diagonal behind the one that is on the gentleman's left is 2 more 2 more folks, and then going to the right side 40 feet diagonal from that one is 2 more.
Okay, so that didn't. That,
Here, let
kind of
me
answered my
try
question, except
and
I'm
make a
gay,
sort of
huh?
visual.
I'm gay, and that is a lot of math you're asking me to do 5 minutes before I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Okay, let me try and make a visual. If I had graph paper, this would be so much easier.
Well, that's
I
happening.
have
I'm
graph
gonna-
paper, but I live many hours away from you.
Okay,
Hmm.
let
well,
me
this
put it this
is-
way, Tyler. You rather than you needing to make me a visual, if I were to say do something that would span 30 feet long, would I be able to hit all of them, or at least the majority of them?
30 feet long by what?
30 feet in length, like 30 feet in length.
Okay.
Would that cover all of them? In just at least that line. Would a line cover 30 feet?
In a line, if you did a diagonal, let's see. The most you would be able to get is 3.
Okay, fair enough. Then we're gonna go with something tried and true. I am hasted, so we're gonna do about 6 fireballs.
Oh
Wait,
man, I wish
hang on. Let me count real quick.
man, I wish Cree could get done with her mending thing, so like I
4
could
fireballs.
cast-
Excuse me.
could have casted a thing that made their dexterity saving throws bad.
So I need all of them to make me dexterity saving throws.
Righto.
I'm going to be doing them in whatever groups manage to hit all of them. So I've got 4
Okay.
fireballs to do here, and I'm going to have to mark off the last of my meta magics for this. So that's
Right. Okay, so you're saying all 7 need to roll.
Yes.
Okay, so I will roll the 3 for the front group. Okay. Front man succeeds.
Okay. What did front man roll?
He
What-
rolled
what-
a 19 excluding mods.
You don't know what my saving throw is.
23 including the mod.
Just saying. I mean, yes, he succeeded, but you don't know. You assume. That's rude, Tyler.
Bleh.
You just
that-
assume DC.
Okay, that was an 11. That dude fails. That was a natural 1. He definitely fails. So the only one that the only
one's
one that
dead.
succeeded on the front, like the front triangle, was the gentleman front and center. As for the
Well,
There's
I'm
nothing
saving for
gentle
that
about
one.
him.
let's see, the first group of 2. Let's see, 14, 15, 17.
Okay, real quick. The first group got 32 points of damage.
Okay, and for the one that succeeded, I assume that's halved.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Tyler, I just want to say, there's nothing gentle about him.
You know who I'm talking about.
I do. Anchor, because he doesn't even see it.
Cree has no idea what's happening. She's fixing chains.
Okay.
Although she can tell it's awesome. Because she can hear Angus casting fireball.
Angus, you see the 2. You see this person's left hand and right hand man just collapse in the fire. This one person that was the top of this triangle. He's not looking good at all, but he is still going. As for the first set of 2 that are on the left, that fails at an 8. And that fails at well, I'm pretty sure that fails at a 15.
Yes. Is that
Okay.
the second group?
No, that was the first group because
Okay.
I wanted to give description. The second group.
Okay.
The second group. Both of those fail at a 10 and a 13.
So that group is going to get 29 points of damage.
Okay, you see them fall as well.
Truly.
Angus just single-handedly wiping out an army, and I love it so much.
He's my good boy. Also, if a single one of them decided to start firing crossbow bolts at him, he would already have been dead.
It's a good thing they
I'm-
all seem to be
Oh,
idiots.
what was the damage on the first group of 2 as well?
That was 27.
Okay, yeah, you see one of them that's just barely holding on. As it goes to as this one and what you can only assume is the leader are continuing the charge, you see the person behind at the far back bringing their hand behind them and pulling out a hand crossbow.
Weakness. Violence.
Hey, has the gate been opened yet?
Yeah, the gate has been more than opened at this point, and it's still about 20 seconds before the carriage is going to start breaking, coming into the gate.
Well, yeah, Yorgia runs through the gate and is ready to fuck shit up, and she sees this cross. Can she see the crossbow?
How, considering they are pretty far away, I would not. You can make it out. You could see a silhouette, but you're not 100% sure what kind of bow it would be at this distance.
Well, Yorgia still is gonna note after the conversation with Angus, knows he's very squishy and is already ready to get running towards this guy.
You're gonna have to run quite a bit.
Oh, don't worry, I can run fast. I'm quick. I'm a quick boy.
As you unfortunately, with how you will have to run, it means the person that is at the front of this group, you are running out of his range, so he is going to have an attack of opportunity on you, my dear lady.
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I done fixing the chains yet?
You still have about 20 seconds.
Okay. I just. All right. Just let me know when I can. When I'm done with those, because I need.
Yeah,
I need
it's going to be.
I need to do stuff.
It's going to be as soon as the carriage is fully in that the mending will be done.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know what the line looks like right now.
So currently, there are really only two that are kept that are still alive right now. You have the one person that is again looking somewhat familiar. That's still about 100 feet behind where the carriage is, and then you have one person who is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have one person that is now actually 30 feet diagonal away from this head person. They are the only two left.
Okay, well, I am still going to. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the hit, and I'm still going to go for this crossbow guy.
Okay. Let's see. Does a 26 hit?
And I say no.
What a mood.
Oh no.
As this guy is going to go straight for you, taking a good old swing, and which is going to be, let's see. It's going to be, where is my thing? Here we are. Which is going to be 10 points of damage.
Oh, that's a drop in the bucket. Okay. And with that, I think I'm. 1 second. I'm checking something real quick. Okay, I just wanted to check if there was anything I could do. Not right now. Anyway, I take the hit. I kind of just like stick my tongue out at him and start running for a crossbow.
Okay, it's going to be let's see. Yeah, after that you have the right amount of movement in one round to go for him. He sees you and he is actually going to try and get at you, do a little shooty shoot. That's a natural 20.
Oh, frick.
Oh, balls.
A reaction. As a reaction, I have the deflect missiles attack.
Cast Magic Missile into the darkness.
Well,
Maybe
okay,
it's-
read off
yeah.
a deflect missile for me. Does that include certain things?
Here, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you're hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 8. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have a free hand, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack with a range of 20-60.
Woo! Okay, well, first let me roll damage, and since it's a d20, I do 2 dice.
That would be 10.
That was only 10 points damage.
Yes.
Even with the
Shitty rolls.
second one. Shitty rolls.
Dang, man.
Shitty
Fantastic
rolls.
Shooting.
Well, now I get to roll my d10. I reduced the damage to 0. I reduced it by 13 points.
Nice.
And now I'm going to spend 1 key point, and I'm going to roll to hit. Wait, why am I rolling with that? Why am I rolling with that? I have a dice right here. Okay. Is a natural 20 hit?
Nice.
Damn.
Returning the favor.
Rack him up.
Returns the favor.
Damage.
Hmm?
1 second, Becca. Alright, and that's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's what I like to call the no you.
Which is perfect because as soon as you, what are you doing exactly with your little key point? How do you want to knock this fucker?
So I pick. So as the dart comes towards me, I sort of move out of the way. I move towards the right, and I grab this. I basically pluck the arrow out of the air with my left hand as my right is occupied with a sword, and I basically like spin around, keeping the momentum, and shoot it back at him.
Ooh, okay.
This is like
Where
like
are you
Princess
shooting it
Mononoke
back at
crap
him?
right here.
I'm directing straight like towards like the sternum, like where the neck meets the chest area.
Ooh, and you get him good as when it lands, you've thrown it in such a good way to where it actually embeds, and you hear the gasp and gargling before his body just goes limp, his eyes roll. He is dead.
Hot damn. Woo.
And
Nice.
that
Alright,
was
so
40 seconds.
neat.
The carriage is in, and your mending is done.
Okay, as soon as the mending is done, Kree's like, the chain's fixed!
Don't close the gate. Yorga's still out there.
We don't have time.
Ah, damn it. I'm going to.
Is there a way to get up to the top of the wall?
You do see some vines. They don't look the best, but they do go all the way up to the top.
You know what? Kree's gonna take that.
Roll me
Listen.
athletics.
Again, she's still at least like 70-something% cat brain right now. You said athletics?
Yes.
Athletics. 16.
Okay, you actually do really good with your emotions just running rampant in you. You just grab, leap, get up there as quickly as possible.
I don't
Now-
think she's worrying about her whether or not she's hiding her tail. So that might be something she needs to explain later. But for right now, she's not worrying about it.
As you are now
put
up
that
at the top, and from where you are standing, Angus is still about 15 feet above you.
Okay. And how far away is the that last dude?
The last dude is now about 100 feet away, and Yorgia is about 30 feet diagonal behind him.
With a
All
corpse.
right.
Touch of
There's
death.
lots of corpses.
I'm gonna touch of death the motherfucker.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Damn.
so is that dude still running toward the gate?
He is.
All right. So Kree is going to prepare heat metal, and the second he's within range of that, she's going to cast it on any he's wearing like armor and stuff, right?
He is.
Right. So she's going to cast it on his armor the second he's within
Cool.
range.
He's going to be boiled inside his own armor because it's soaking wet.
Listen, you don't mess with Kree's friends.
You know what? He made his choice, so there you go.
And to be fair, it's like we understand. Like Kree understands. Like right now, like this cart has Anchor's parents on it. We want to protect them. So anybody chasing after them is bad, and they don't deserve to be okay.
Okay. Well, it's going to take about, considering the range is 60 feet, it's going to be
Mhm.
about 4 rounds, or let's see, that's about 4/10 of a minute. What's
Well,
4/10?
Oh, okay.
What's 4/10 of a minute?
I do have another spell, but I'm not sure how well it could work in this situation. But it's a spell that I can cast at 120 feet.
And what would that be?
It's the spell I took called Slow. And you know what? Since Jorgen's still out there, I might actually cast this one instead of the heat metal thing. I mean, I like heat metal, but since Jorgen's still out there, she could probably take care of him. So
In that case, I'm
let
going.
me read this spell out to you real quick. Oh my gosh, why is there thousands of dice rolls? I guess. But no, okay. So here's the here's the spell. You alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube within range. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be affected by this spell for the duration. An affected target's speed is half. It takes a -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws, and it can't use reactions. On its turn, it can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both, regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items. It can't make more than 1 melee or ranged attack during its turn. If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20. On a 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted. A creature affected by the spell makes another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save, the effect ends for it.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
So since he's within range of that,
clarify
Kree-
for me, however,
Yeah.
where you are putting it. Because if you go too far back, you hit no one, or you'll actually hit Yorgia. If you bring it too far forward, well, 120 feet is kind of the max.
Well,
because
Didn't
it
it
does
at
your
120
choice?
feet, I'm casting the it's like I can considering how I'm reading this, it's like when I cast it, there's a cube, and within the cube I can choose 6 targets. Right?
Yeah, it said by choice, right?
Oh, of your
Yeah,
choice.
I can choose up to 6 creatures.
Fair.
Yeah, of your so I was just going to because there's only one guy left standing.
There is.
So Kree was just going to basically cast it just on him.
Right, and I need to roll wisdom.
A wisdom saving throw, and because I can, let's see here.
I can.
I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations to use cutting words.
Well, What's the range on cutting words?
Oh yeah,
though?
that's 60 feet. You're right. Never mind. Can't use that one. I wish I could though.
That is a 19.
Frick. Well, he makes the save, so that doesn't work.
That's
Let me get rid of one of those spells.
It would have been
I still
super
have-
cool though.
I mean, I could cast it again. I have 2 more of those spell slots. Or when it gets into rage, I can cast heat metal. Whichever
I'm
comes first.
concerned. Am I gonna be out here by myself with this guy?
I mean, you got Angus and me on the wall. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I speak now?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm going to run out there, catch Thunder Smite when I get up to this guy, so that way I can hit him hard with my sword.
Ooh.
Okay,
Well, if
do
you
you have
go
enough
out,
time?
it's going to take at least 2 rounds, including him charging forward, for you to actually get to him. And you know
Well-
what? Considering the 2 of you, why don't we just roll initiative?
I was
All right.
wondering when we were even going to do that.
Yeah, we've just been going.
I know. I'm like, this is some good cinematic stuff, and I'm like, nah,
mean-
we need to get initiative.
Not that every fight needs
How
initiative, but
long
you
is my
know,
initiative? How long is my initiative? Oh, yeah, my dexterity.
Rolled a
is high. Okay.
17.
I rolled a 12.
17.
Okay.
What's your dexterity compared to mine? Mine's a
Dexterity is-
+2.
Mine's a +4.
16.
Oh, so then Kree goes first.
She a Dexy kitty.
Okay. And
Jeez, you're more dexterous than the monk. That's impressive.
or do we
Good
want to wait
lord.
for Angus as well? Or
Sorry, that's 17. I miscounted.
Oh,
Oh, that's another
shit.
17. So
Yeah.
wait, what's Siobhan's dexterity?
3.
Okay, so it goes Kree, Siobhan, Yorga.
That's
With the
supposed to be the
17s.
dexterous one. I guess I just rolled really bad on my base stats.
Where is the Angus still here? Robin, have you passed out again?
Oh no.
Robin!
Robin!
This keeps happening.
Well,
Have
we are kind of going over the time.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
we're very much over time. Also, have we considered like starting at 6 maybe instead of 7?
I
That-
have work.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Me too.
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Oh,
is
I
everyone
just
okay if we know the initiative and we get to kind of our little ending bit? Because we have accidentally gone over and poor
Lost
dear Robin
Robin.
is asleep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Robin
I'm okay
moved
with
to the
that.
couch at 1:44 a.m. It's
Aw.
1:19.
Oh no.
Oh geez, no, let poor Robin.
No, she went at 1:14. So it took
1:14.
5 minutes for her to pass out.
Right.
Yeah. Literally 1:14 and it's 1:19. Just 5 minutes was all. I wish I could fall asleep that fast. Holy crap, Robin. Robin!
Oh,
Hey, wait, whoa. Hi.
I forgot to mute, but I had stepped away to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
we
all thought you
would fall
asleep.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, we gotta end anyway because it's overtime.
Oh, trust me.
Unless you want to finish this up, because
Okay.
we only got like one guy left.
I mean, how bad's he looking?
He's about halfway, but he is not wanting to stop at all. You can tell that he has not a physical message, but he's wanting to say something.
Come on, Angus.
I don't-
Bob this guy.
I don't care what he has to say. I just want the last words to come out of his mouth, or is when he's struggling to say stuff because he is dying.
That's rather aggressive of you. I'm gonna need to calm down just a little bit.
I am not calming down. I know exactly who this fucker is.
Speaking of, I'm going to land in front of this fucker now, and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Ooh.
Oh wait, nope, no, I'm not, because I forgot character stuff.
Oh,
I was about to
Backtracking.
say.
I was so excited.
Oh,
I
Okay.
was
So, I don't know
about
if you
to
heard. I don't know if
say.
you heard. But Cree climbed up some vines on the side of the wall, so she's standing on the wall about 15 feet below you, like basically getting ready to cast spells as soon as this dude is within range. I casted one spell, but he succeeded on the save because I've only got a DC of 15.
Ooh,
But yeah, so Cree is like right below you right now.
huh. I'm at a weird point where it is actually much more effective for me to use a cantrip right now. So we're gonna use a cantrip.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and cast. Yeah, we're still gonna drop down in front of him,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold out my hand, and I'm just going to say, I believe you forgot something, and I'm going to cast poison spray right in his face.
Oh.
Oh my
hell
gosh.
yes. Oh my
Please
gosh.
make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Rude. Why would you spray him in the face?
That is a natural 20.
Oh, come the fuck on. No.
Stop giving him good
No.
dice, Tyler.
I have like
I like how
20
Corey's
sets
saving
of
throws.
dice.
Well, switch sets.
We have reached a problem.
Uh-oh.
Are we out of spell slots?
No. Okay, I'm gonna quicken spell though, so I can do another spell as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. He has to make another con saving throw because I can't do any of my other ones. They're ranged, and I'm right in front of him. And if I move, he will hit me. And if
That
I
is
stay here,
a-
he will hit me.
That is a 19.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Stop
fucking
giving him
Christ.
good dice.
No.
You guys ready? Are you guys ready for this guy to hit Angus and for Angus to immediately collapse?
No, I'm not ready. No.
Listen,
No.
Cree is
No,
about to climb
instead,
down.
he is going to attempt to grapple.
Not the pretty fairy boy. Leave the pretty fairy boy alone.
Wait, shouldn't we
Cree
roll
is-
initiative?
Yeah, Angus. Well, I got almost everyone's initiatives. Angus, what is your initiative? Super quick.
You never asked me, so it's 8.
I tried to ask you earlier, but it sounded like you
But
were
you were
asleep.
away.
What?
I swear, if it's another 17.
I said it's 18.
18. Okay. Okay. So, okay.
Also, I think I can help Angus not get hit.
I mean, I have shield, so and my AC is +1 right now because, you know, haste. So that's fun.
Okay.
Listen, Cree
so-
will slide down this wall and literally go for this dude's jugular if he hurts Angus.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, I do have shield still. Never mind. Crisis
well,
averted.
with the start of initiative, it is in fact this fucker's turn, so he is going to attempt to grapple.
Why does he have so much the good dice and
I don't know. Watch, this one's going to be a shit roll, and y'all are going to cheer. I want you
Stop
guys to
jinx
cheer.
it.
Okay, whoa. Okay, whoa. Before this happens, I want to cast Sanctuary on Angus.
Is
Oh
that a
yeah, because
reaction?
it's a sanctuary. Is that a bonus action or a reaction?
Bonus action.
Okay, you're gonna have to save that for your actual turn,
Okay, gotcha.
because for initiative order, it's going to be this dude, then Angus, Tree, Siobhan, Yorgia, Anchor.
Okay, cool.
As he is going to go straight for you, Angus, for a grapple. Please roll me Acrobatics.
Yeah, I did. What'd you get for athletics?
Thankfully for you, an 11.
I rolled an 11.
Oh.
Defender
Okay.
usually wins, right?
I don't know. It's kind of up to the DM, really.
Oh, okay.
I will say right now, you two are kind of in a standstill. Neither of you are grappled per se, but you're kind of stuck in this fight of wits.
Okay.
As he just starts glaring at you. We know why you're here, renegades. All of you.
Do I know you?
You associate with these betrayers enough.
No, seriously, do I know you? Because I don't think I know you.
You know. Your friends, yes.
That's
I
my
don't
turn
think-
now,
Cree
right?
from the top of the wall raising her hand. I have no idea who you are. That's not canon.
You
'cause
won't
they're,
know
like,
when you're dead.
120. It's like that's not canon, but like it's still funny.
Mm.
Does that make it my turn now, or
Yes, so considering this kind of spiel right now, we need to roll again.
fucking fight me? Mm-hmm. What'd you roll?
Tyler.
15.
Rolled a 5.
Oh,
Oh, balls.
hey, I didn't roll that good. That was the mod that was helping me there.
I am now grappled.
You are now grappled.
He's grappled.
Grapple.
I'm gonna get stabbed. It's gonna happen, and we know it.
Well, it's now Kree's turn, followed by Siobhan, Yorgia, Anchor.
All right. So they're still like what with how far away are they?
He's about 10 feet out of your range right now for heat metal.
So he's about 70 feet away.
Yeah.
And what's the other side of the wall look like?
The other side of the wall, I mean, you have a lot of people that are ready to go out if need be, but there is a lot of shouting and contemplating.
No, I mean the side of the wall that Creed didn't climb up. I meant
the front side.
yes.
The front side of the wall looks fine. It's a little worn from weather, but structure-wise, it's fine. It's pretty integral.
Creed. Okay.
It's predominantly, for context, it's predominantly kind of crossed wooden pikes with the tips especially pointy, with the occasional parts of certain wires you're not really sure of, and at the base of like the core parts of the gates, but primarily especially for the front gate here, very large rock pillars.
So is there anything that she can quickly climb down?
There are some bricks that are poking out. You can definitely attempt an athletics check.
Because my only goal Okay, well,
Well, you
So
could
the gate is-
either climb down and try to safely do a athletics check, or you could jump all kitty style and try and do acrobatics to land on your feet.
I mean, I was kind of thinking something like that. Because, not gonna lie, despite Cree being a shifter, she does not like shifting for many backstory reasons that we have yet to explore.
Mm-hmm.
But for a little insider knowledge, she is considering it because her friend is very much in danger right now. and I almost want to. You know what? You know what? Okay. Here's what after like an intense like internal like struggle very very much internal struggle. Kree is going to use her bonus action to shift
Oh.
Oh my
because no one
god.
else is around her right now, and she trusts Yorga and Angus enough right now that she's willing to do this. So she's going to shift, and so because I haven't, shifted yet. Something I wanted to discuss with you, Tyler, but I'm just gonna say it now. Because of Kree's condition, I feel like she shifts more than your average shifter.
Yes.
Her ears become normally more pointed than a normal humans, but not quite elves, become more cat-like in appearance. Her teeth become needle-like and pointy. Her eyes very much cat-like. And her hands she doesn't completely grow fur, but starting from her hands and moving sort of up her wrists, like her hands become more claw like with a bit of fur. It stops at the middle of her forearm, and the same happens with her feet as well, but she has her boots on. It's not comfy, but she's dealing with it for right now. And what she's going to do is slide down the outside of the wall using her claws to keep her not keep her from hitting the ground too hard. And as soon as she hits the ground, just all fours just bounding toward this dude and Angus.
Okay, but also Anchor is heading towards there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't see him.
Kitty angry.
Did Anchor see this?
Well, let me roll to see if I actually make it down the wall first, I guess. Also, I do gain an additional 10 feet with my speed.
What was
So
that?
I gain an additional 10 feet with my speed, so my walking speed is 40 feet now.
Ooh.
Yes. And I also gain 8 temporary hit points, so let me put that down real quick. There we go. Because otherwise I'll forget that.
So your official roll.
Oh, what am I rolling?
You are rolling. Hold on. To jump down, that will be acrobatics.
All right. Neat. I got a modifier in that, and I got a nice roll. That's a 24?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so the second she's on the ground, just all fours, she is more animalistic right now than you've probably anybody has probably seen her, despite the fact she was a cat 2 nights ago. She is just glaring daggers at this man who currently has Angus grappled. And she is booking it toward him.
Okay. Well,
And again, on all fours, because she is more cat right now than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Did Anchor see this?
Did anyone see this?
I would say that you all have.
Okay, Anchor does not care. He's out for blood.
And considering timing, that is where we're going to be ending tonight's session.
Frick!
Dun dun dun.
That's fine.
I thought that this wouldn't take a whole lot of time, but darn it.
Well,
Gosh
you
dang,
know,
this dude hitting saves.
when you're communing with gods and whatnot.
Right. I had an entire speech and everything, and y'all just like, nope, we're out for blood. Gotta kill him. Meow.
Listen, he's trying to hurt Angus. Nothing else matters in Gree's mind except do not hurt the Angus.
I know exactly who this fucker is, and he does not deserve to speak.
And who is this?
This fucker is Alex, the bad Alex.
Yes, it's obviously Alex.
Of course. Oh, I can't wait till for next week. Oh boy, boy, oh boy. You thought I was a murder hobo that first time?
Bree has no idea who this dude is. All she knows is, again, you're not hurting my friend because I care about
Robin?
him.
Save your spell slots. I think this guy deserves to die a few times.
A few times.
Yes.
Just like, do you want to? Oh, I'm not going to say nothing, but with that, that has been another episode of Tabletop Continuum. This has
Oh yeah,
been
we
Ty,
have to
Robin, who is most likely asleep, Austin, Valkyrie, and Melissa, as we say, bye-bye!
Enjoy your long rest!
Enjoy your long rest.
Indeed, enjoy your long rest.